Today on MTG Unpacked, it's pre-release weekend for the latest Magic set, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we're going to crack open an entire play booster box. But first, we'll take a look at the buy a box promo here. So you get a firebending student, so buy a box in the corner there. Be sure to buy your boxes from your local game store. You don't get those typically when you buy online, but you can buy them on the secondary market, so that is another option. So these are going for, at time of filming, about $159 on TCG Player. Hopefully they don't skyrocket in price like the Final Fantasy ones did. Those are well over $200 at this point. So let's get into some Avatar: The Last Airbender. Looks like we do have pull tabs here, and we'll have a quick look. So looks like, okay, so we're in the reverse order. This must have been printed in Japan. We've got Fire Nation Attacks for the foil, Tylee Chi Blocker for the rare, and then everything else we'll just zip through quickly because we're trying to get through this box as quick as we can. Okay, so there is our first pack as the cards go sliding everywhere. Let's get into the second one. So did you take part in any pre-release events this weekend? And if so, how did you do? We'll do our card trick here just to build the suspense. And let's see what we get in this next one. Ally there, Forest Rabaru Troop is the foil. And then we have Great Divide Guide for the rare. We've got another one, My Scornful Striker, and that is it. So you do get 30 packs in these. So you can actually draft these. Unlike the set boosters, if you remember those were not draftable. You'd have to pick up the draft packs, but the play boosters you can draft no problem. Okay, a foil in this next one, Buzzard Wasp Colony, followed by Iro Tea-Master. And that's it. So we will be slowing down later this week. We'll be going through all the commons and uncommons for the patrons. But for the purposes of this video, we just want to get through things as quick as we can. You might think it's odd I'm doing the card trick. That's really for the YouTube shorts, so we get some videos that don't get penalized by the short length. Here we have Tolls of War in foil and Firelord Zuko for the rare. And Shrines are back as well. That's a cool thing I've noticed about this set. They also have a bunch of different mechanics like the firebending, waterbending, earthbending, and so on. So I'm curious how people are finding those so far. Are they all they seem to be, or is there a hidden dimension? The bear token's pretty cool. We've got a plains, and then we've got Deadly Precision in foil. Oh, first mythic. Borderless, the Walls of Ba Sing Sea. Awesome. We'll set that in the hits pile. Then we have Wartime Protesters and Earth Kingdom Protectors. So I'm curious what the pull rate is for the mythics in here. So I think probably around 5 to 7. Spider-Man seemed to be on the low side. Final Fantasy was more like 7 or 8 from what I remember. So we'll see if they have increased things or not here. We've got a nice foil Meditation Pools, foil Honest Work, and another mythic, Phoenix Fleet Airship, yes, as I destroy the card there, and a rare Soccer Bold Boomeranger. I like that they have no problem with coming up with new words there. Is that a word they actually used in the show? Does anyone know? Okay, let's continue here. So the artwork looks pretty good, I must say. Still not sure about the mechanics. I need to take it for a spin in MTG Arena, see what that's all about. Firebending lesson. Okay, so here's the firebending mechanic. We've got Soccer Tenacious Tactician. Nice borderless rare. Wolf Bat, and that is it. And you'll notice in the bottom left, the codes can be different. So if it says TLA, that is the standard legal cards. But if you see TLE, those are the eternal legal only. So that means like Commander, Vintage, Legacy, and so forth. And here we have a foil Mountain, Sandbender's Storm in foil, and Ran and Shore for the rare. Trusty Boomerang. I do like that they highlight boomerangs in this set. I mean, you would hope they would. It's the thing in the show, so they are capturing that pretty well, I would say. And skipping through, Troll card, that's how I refer to those. Then we have a Boiling Rock Prison in foil, another one True Ancestry, and Iro Grand Lotus. Low and Lee Twin Tutors. We did actually slow down a little bit. When we went through the pre-release packs and the bundle, you would have seen more of the commons and uncommons there. But for these box breaks, they can take forever if you're not blazing through. Full art lands look pretty good as well. Then we have Turtle Duck, along with Waterbending Ascension for the rare, and Tylee Artful Acrobat. They do have a bunch of legendaries in here as well, although I think it's quite a bit less than what they had in Spider-Man. Let's relocate things here onto our next pack of Avatar. So, of course, a Universes Beyond set. We will be returning to regular Magic sets with Lorwyn Eclipsed in January 2026. That is, Lorwyn is one of the all-time favorite planes, so looking forward to seeing what they come up with there. We've got a Combustion Technique in foil, Avatar Destiny, and South Pole Voyager. So you can get multiple rares or mythics in these packs. I don't think it's quite as many as what you used to be able to get with these set boosters. The best I think I've ever had from a set booster was like 5 rares or mythics, which is honestly pretty rare and pretty insane. North Pole Gates in foil, Invasion Reinforcements, and Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop. Tolls of War. Moving right along here. So have you actually done any drafting of this set, or even taken part in pre-release? And if so, what do you think so far? How did you do? Those aren't quite as competitive as Standard Constructed or other formats. We've got Meditation Pools. Okay, so that's not a foil. Foil rare, Azula Cunning Usurper. Then we have Raven Eagle. So 2 rares in that one. Still only 2 mythics. We're almost halfway through here. So my guess, I'm going to predict maybe 6 or 7. It does seem like sometimes they clump together. And that is not a foil. Foil here is Hammer the Bloodbender, along with Redirect Lightning for the rare, Knowledge Seeker. Something about the foils you may not know if you're just getting started in the game. They used to be worth a whole lot more than regular non-foil cards. There used to be quite a large foil multiplier depending on the foil. Not so much these days. They're pretty close in price to the regular, because Magic is all about utility with collectability second, although some people would argue maybe they've flipped these days. We've got a Mashu City in foil, Daily Indoctrination, and a mythic, Ko the Face Stealer, Shapeshifter Spirit. That is awesome. So we've got 3 mythics here so far. About halfway through. So my guess would be somewhere around 7. But we'll see how we do. And of course, if you're new to Magic, Mythic is the rarity above rare. Nice mountain there. Foil, we have Meteor, Sword, and Katara Water Tribe's Hope. Catcater. Yeah, they have a whole heap of, like the show, they have a whole heap of different hybrid creatures here. So I like that they've carried that across to the game. Big fan of the different creature types. And there we go. Foil is Waterbending Lesson, followed by Airbender Ascension and Fire Navy Trebuchet. So here's a question. Have you picked up a favorite new mechanic or any cool combos you've come across with this set? Let me know in the comments. I got the unlucky Cabbage Merchant. Total meme card, that one. I wonder if you could build a deck around purely that card. That would be funny. Okay, we've got Aang at the Crossroads in foil. This is actually a double-sided. Aang, Destined Savior. So you can tell in the top left corner if it's a double-sided card. Then we've got another Mythic, the Legend of Roku. Awesome. Flips into Avatar Roku. That is awesome. So 4 Mythics here. I think we're on track for the 7 I am predicting. And stay tuned. We'll be getting... Oh, nice borderless daily agents. Stay tuned. We'll be getting stuck into even more Avatar in the days and weeks ahead. We had quite a few videos this weekend, but you'll see even more stuff next week. Alright, next we have Kyoshi Warriors in foil and Earth King's Lieutenant for the rare. So 2/3 of the way through, and if you've opened a whole box, if you've just blazed through it, how did you do? How many mythics did you get? Any cool borderless arts or other fancy cards? Let me know in the comments. And then we have a Borcupine foil, Hakoda Selfless Commander, Fire Nation attacks. Okay, on the home stretch here. So what are you thinking of the set so far? I think from what I have seen, the numbers indicate that this is way more popular than Spider-Man. I think like Spider-Man as an IP was pretty good, a good choice, but they sort of messed up in the execution of that one. We've got an Airship Engine Room in foil, Toph the Blind Bandit, and another Mythic. Yes, it's Avatar Aang. Fantastic. On the other side, Aang, Master of Elements. That is awesome. I can see he might be a commander for a bunch of people. Has anyone built already like a commander Avatar deck? They do not have any pre-constructed decks for this set, although they do have a commander bundle that can get you started. Okay, here we have, this looks like an uncommon foil, Sun Warriors, Abandoned Air Temple. Oh, nice, borderless, Treetop Village Mythic. And from what I recall, these are captures from the show. Certainly looks like it. If I'm mistaken, let me know, but I think that's what they were saying there. So what do we got? 6 mythics so far. Doing pretty good. And like I said, we will be slowing down next week, focusing on the commons, uncommons as well. Air Nomad Legacy in foil, Avatar's Wrath for the rare Combustion Man, legendary creature. I think that was the problem with Spider-Man. They had a lot of all these different Spider-Man costumes and Spider-Man, and it was all a bit much. You didn't feel like you got a lot of variety there. I think there was a much lower card pool than usual, but they definitely don't have that problem here. I'm seeing a huge amount of variety. Wooltop Sentries in foil, and Ozai the Phoenix King, another mythic. Okay, so we are now at my 7 predicted. We've got Agna Kayla for the rare. So a rare and mythic, and it's Appa Loyal Sky Bison. Legendary creature. I can imagine some Avatar fans building a whole commander deck around that guy. Although I'm not sure there's enough Bison support in Magic, so you'd probably have to mix things up a little and take advantage of what he offers. Next, we have a foil Wolfbat, and we've got Waterbender Ascension, My Jaded Edge. So 7 mythics can we add to the tally and make it 8 or 9 or even more? Fingers crossed, everybody. And that's not to say that all mythics are equally valuable, but they are quite rare, although there are some they print more than others. We have Aang's Journey, along with Diligent Zookeeper and Professor Zell. Okay, on to the final 4 packs. We want to see something crazy awesome in the close here. And stay tuned for more Avatar in the days and weeks ahead. We've got a foil War Balloon, followed by a rare, the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. That's cool. Nice serpent card. And if you've missed any of the Avatar videos on the channel, I'll pop a link in the corner to the complete playlist. And let's see what we get in this next one. And a swamp there. Then we have Sabertooth Moose Lion in foil and Obsessive Pursuit for the rare. Epic Downfall, final 2 packs. Can we get into the greatest hits playlist? The greatest hits in channel history, link in the corner. I'm not doing any pricing in this video, it's just pre-release weekend, there's no point, but yeah, starting next week, we'll get some early pricing details. We have Bitter Work for the foil, Firebending Student, and Aang's Iceberg. Okay, so 2 rares in that one. Final pack of Avatar, the Last Airbender for our first booster box. Let's get something awesome to finish here. And again, let me know in the comments how you did with your Avatar products. We've got an Ally, Clue, and Momo Playful Pet for the foil, and a mythic to finish. Yes! Secret of Bloodbending. That is pretty sinister. Okay, so we've got 8 mythics in total. I'm calling this an awesome box. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.